Welcome to Know It All, a place to connect with researchers to answer all questions on health, science, technology, business, culture, and more. This episode on What Do We Know About Saturn was created for you by Sarai. In this topic, Know It All will answer: what do we know about Saturn? How far is Saturn from the Sun? What is the length of a day on Saturn? What is Saturn composed of? What are some of Saturn's unique features? What have been some important missions to Saturn? Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun and the second largest planet in the Solar System, after Jupiter. It is a gas giant with an average radius about 9 times that of Earth, and is best known for its prominent ring system. Saturn was known to the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia and the Mediterranean, and was named after the Roman god of agriculture and wealth. In 1610, the Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei was the first to observe Saturn through a telescope, but the true nature of its rings was not understood until the observations of the Dutch astronomer Christiaan Huygens in 1655. Saturn is located approximately 9.5 astronomical units from the Sun. 1 astronomical unit is defined as the distance between the Earth and the Sun, which is about 93 million miles, 149.6 million kilometers. This means that Saturn is about 870 million miles, 1.4 billion kilometers, from the Sun. The length of the day on Saturn is defined as the time it takes the planet to complete one rotation on its axis. Saturn rotates relatively slowly, with a day that lasts about 10.7 Earth hours. This is because Saturn is a gas giant, and does not have a solid surface like the Earth, so its rotation is not as closely tied to its gravitational field as it is for solid planets. It is worth noting that the length of a day on Saturn can vary depending on the region of the planet being considered. For example, the length of a day at the equator is about 10.7 Earth hours, but at higher latitudes, the length of a day can be shorter due to the planet's oblate shape. Saturn is a gas giant, which means that it is composed primarily of gases, rather than solid matter. It has a rocky core that is surrounded by a layer of metallic hydrogen and an outer layer of molecular hydrogen and helium. The core of Saturn is thought to be made up of heavy elements such as silicon, oxygen, and metals, and is believed to have a mass of about 20 to 50 Earth masses. The core is surrounded by a layer of metallic hydrogen, which is a state of hydrogen that is believed to exist under the extreme pressures found in the interiors of gas giants. The outermost layer of Saturn is composed of molecular hydrogen and helium, which make up the bulk of the planet's atmosphere. In addition to these main components, Saturn is also thought to contain trace amounts of other elements, such as methane, ammonia, and water vapor. These elements are thought to be present in the planet's atmosphere and may contribute to the formation of clouds and weather patterns on Saturn. Overall, Saturn's composition is similar to that of Jupiter, with the exception that Saturn is slightly less massive and has a lower overall density. This is because Saturn has a higher proportion of lighter elements such as hydrogen and helium in its atmosphere, compared to Jupiter. Saturn's atmosphere is also characterized by intense storms, such as the Great White Spot, which is a massive cyclone that occurs about once every 30 years. One of the most striking features of Saturn is its ring system, which consists of hundreds of thousands of narrow ringlets made up of small particles of ice and rock. The rings are thought to have formed from the debris of comets, asteroids, and moons that have been shattered by Saturn's gravity. The rings are divided into several distinct regions, including the A, B, and C rings, which are separated by gaps known as the Cassini division and the Anka gap. Saturn has a total of 62 known moons, with Titan being the largest and most studied. Titan is the only moon in the Solar System with a significant atmosphere, and it is thought to be a possible abode for life due to the presence of organic molecules and the possible existence of liquid water beneath its surface. Saturn has also been the subject of several spacecraft missions, including the Pioneer 11 and Voyager 1 and 2 probes in the 1970s, and the Cassini-Huygens mission, which conducted an in-depth study of the planet and its moons from 2004 to 2017. These missions have greatly expanded our knowledge of Saturn and its moons, and have provided valuable data on the planet's atmosphere, ring system, and magnetic field. In summary, Saturn is a fascinating planet with a unique ring system and a diverse set of moons. Its atmosphere and weather patterns have captured the attention of scientists and the public alike, and its potential for supporting life on one of its moons continues to be a topic of ongoing research and speculation. Thank you for listening. For more answers to questions on health, science, technology, business, culture, and more, don't forget to subscribe to Know It All.